Welcome, today's AATV video is gonna be explosive.
You look like a Smurf.
Better blue than white, you look like you pissed yourself.
And you look like an actress from Avatar.
Whatever.
Oh no.
This is the AATV video roundup of S-Thunder.
S-Thunder is a Hong Kong based company that may not be familiar to you yet.
That's because they're fairly new to the aerospace business, or how they call it, the wargaming.
What's that with the...
Well, I think it's ethnically not correct to call it wargaming. War isn't a game. It's a plague to mankind, a disease of humanity that has to be purified from the surface of Earth.
What the...
I'm just kidding, let's blow some stuff up.
Okay. Here's the rather big care package S-Thunder sent us. A banging set of pretty much all of their 40mm grenades.
2 mines and 3 grenade launchers.
Christmas came early this year, huh?
Stille Nacht.
Let's start with the stuff we've already stepped on at the beginning of the review. S-Thunder offers landmines that can either shoot powder or water.
There are 3 variants and different colors available. The standard model, the step and release version and the low profile model.
We asked for the cheapest model, the standard version, for about $35 US.
Why you ask? That's because we ain't greedy and...
If we buried them, we probably wouldn't find them again, and so we would have wasted $35 US instead of 60 or 70.
Well, of course we could maybe mark them so we can find them again.
Yeah, sure. And who will step on a big red X on the ground?
Well, I was thinking more like a pink skull, but yeah, an X would work as well, I guess.
Oh, like the one you got tattooed on your ass?
No jokes under the belly line, not even if they're true.
Okay, right, so let's get the mines ready to be stepped on.
This is the water spraying model. First, remove the safety pin. Now unscrew the top. Next, fill in water up to this mark. For some additional effect, you can use food coloring in the water. Now put a CO2 capsule that way in. Next step, align the trigger with the top and push the safety pin in. Now screw the top back on. Now here comes the hardest part. Pick up a shovel and dig yourself a hole to put the mine in. After that, adjust the spraying nozzles to get your preferred coverage. Last step, apply camouflage to the trigger and pull the safety pin. That's it, you're ready to go. Or in that case, you're ready to let someone else go on the mine. Hey Homer, can you come here for a moment?
Sure. What's up? Uncool, dude. The powder mine works pretty much the same way. Remove the safety pin and screw it open. Add the CO2 capsule. Before putting the top back on, remove this plug. Now add some powder. S-Thunder says maximum filling is 16 gram. I have no idea how much 16 gram is, so whatever. For the test we are using the colored powder by S-Thunder, but basically you could also use fluor or some other stuff like that. Now bury that thing. Cover it with some camouflage. Remove the safety pin. And now let there be blue. Hey, unknown friendly man, can you please bring me a spare battery for my camera?
Sure! Whoa!
Our conclusion. The mines are a sweet addition for milsims or scenario type skirmishes. But be sure to tell everybody about the use of the mine before. Also, pure water without color is probably preferred because it won't leave any stains. You know, those Gucci kiddos don't want to get their equipment dirty.
You ready for the next bangs?
We're gonna run crazy on the 40mm right now.
In a bit. Before that, we're gonna introduce S-Thunder's devices to fire those grenades.
Don't expect anything fancy or realistic here. The launchers were just made to be light and cheap. Those two are completely made of plastic and cost 70 and $75 US. The third one is the deluxe version. It's full metal, weighs 900 gram and costs about $100 US. It features a top rail to either mount a sight or use a rail-to-rail connector to convert it into an underbarrel grenade launcher for your rifle.
All of them work the same. Press this lever to open it and load the grenade. Disengage the safety and you're ready to go. They are not very comfy to hold because of this oversized trigger guard here, but hey, you won't use this grenade launcher a lot of times anyway in a skirmish.
Even if they are built as simple as possible, there is a small detail worth mentioning. The trigger mechanism is specially tuned, so that even a slight pull will move the hammer as far as possible. This way, even a CO2-filled grenade will be fired. Ah, du Arsch!
Which brings us to the next one. How the hell do you fill an airsoft grenade with CO2? Asphalt offers those two cylinders for either 1 or 2 CO2 capsule. The single cartridge version costs $33 and the dual version $42.
But you will also need an adapter for the cylinders. The simple version costs $14 and the advanced version, which lets you adjust the pressure, $40.
Time to finally go for the grenades. There are tons of variants available, prices start from about $60. There are versions just for green gas and variants that can also take CO2. The CO2 versions cost about $10 more, but the increase in firing range is worth it.
The reliability is extraordinary. The grenades will be able to take up to 100 shots using CO2 at a pressure of up to 900 psi. And if it should break, you can get a new CO2 core as a spare part for about $10.
Did I already mention the tons of variants? The range goes from this small to this big. The bigger, the more stuff you will be able to put in it. So the next step for choosing your grenade is plug or foam ball. The plug version has a narrow channel that can be either filled with BBs, small paintballs or whatever you like. Before you shoot this stuff, put the plug on. Each grenade comes with 10 plugs and spare plugs are available for sale. And if you add cheap brick, you can also use packing tape instead of a plug.
The foam ball version has a huge compartment for, you guessed it, foam balls. But instead of putting 2 or more foam balls in it, you can pretty much fill anything in first and then just use the foam ball as a plug.
Time to finally demonstrate what the grenade babes can do. Of course they can shoot BBs.
Or you can add some stuff to the BBs. For example, powder to give it a more dramatic effect.
Or floor. Useless, but looks funny. Now here's a little trick as Thunder recommends. Adding a bit of water to the BBs, so the increased pressure will shoot the BBs farther. Well, worth a try.
Thinking already what you could fire? Well, think again what you could fire from the big department of this one.
Foam balls, of course.
Confetti, for example, or cat bombs.
Or what about a Nerf ball? We sure had our fun, huh?
Oh yes.
So, well, what's the conclusion here?
Well, except for the fact that those grenades are loud,
Yeah, they are definitely loud.
and they're funny as well.
Indeed. And probably worth the price, thinking of that they can take green gas and CO2 without breaking.
Yeah, but keep in mind that you will also need to buy the CO2 filling adapter and CO2 capsules, of course.
Well, totally worth it when you can cover the battlefield in blue powder, red water and confetti.
Well, now that you mention it, who's gonna clean up the mess?
Well, I gotta go, bye.
See you next time! Oh, some Red Bull. Oh, whoa. Nice, but you won't get me with this one. I'm not as stupid as Shadow.